Humans are looking for the planet of the superior species that created humans on Earth. Instead of a warm embrace, they find the cold touch of alien death. This is how it all begins. The movie begins with an oval-shaped spaceship leaving a planet. The camera then cuts to a pale humanoid alien that drinks a black substance. The toxin enters the body of the alien. His skin turns black. The body begins disintegrating, and the now charred alien plummets into the waterfall. The body dissolves, the DNA itself being reshaped, and cells start to emerge in the water. The movie then cuts to a team of archaeologists inside a cave on the Isle of Skye in Scotland in 2089. Dr. Elizabeth and Dr. Charlie find cave paintings that are believed to date back 35 millennia. These paintings have been found in different caves throughout the world. It is strange because the different cultures had no way of sharing the same information to draw these paintings. 4 years later, in 2093, 17 people board the spaceship Prometheus on an undisclosed mission. Everyone on board the ship is inside a cryogenics chamber. The person operating the ship is not a person. It's David, a humanoid AI robot. Because he doesn't have a lot to do in his spare time, David dyes his hair, rides bikes, plays basketball, learns languages, and watches movies. After 2 years, the Prometheus arrives at its destination. At that time, David wakes up the 17 scientists and mercenaries on board the ship. After enjoying a feast, Captain Janik puts up a Christmas tree. Meredith, the leader, briefs the team on their mission. She plays a video of Peter Wayland, the CEO of Wayland Corporation. He tells the 17 people that by the time the recording is played, he will likely have passed away. His passion is to find where humans come from and why they die. When Dr. Elizabeth and Dr. Charlie came to him with the theories about the cave painting, he decided to fund an exploratory space mission. According to the archaeologists, the cave paintings are coordinates. The location is somewhere in the universe, and the X marks the spot of a planet similar to Earth. According to Elizabeth, these aliens created humankind, and she calls them engineers. The rest of the crew members just make fun of her for thinking that. After the briefing, Meredith calls the 2 engineers inside her living quarters. There, Elizabeth sees a medical pod and her life support system. Meredith reveals that she doesn't believe Peter's mission will yield results. Her only job is to make sure company resources are not wasted. After that, she prohibits the 2 scientists from touching alien life should they ever find it. Studying ancient human languages, David is certain he can communicate with the engineers. Before leaving the atmosphere of the planet, he sends a message, but gets no response. The ship descends and lands. The scientists and mercenaries put on their spacesuits, and they exit the planet. Despite being able to breathe without a suit, David puts one on to quote-unquote blend in with the humans. Shortly after entering the space rover, the crew comes across a perfect, dome-shaped structure. Not knowing if it is artificially built or natural, they decide to investigate. Once inside, Fifield activates 2 flying probes that use lasers to map out the tunnels inside. Exploring, they come across a pool of water that's heated by the sun from above. The CO2 readers say that the air is breathable, and they take off their helmets. Meanwhile, David examines the wall paintings and finds strange goop on them. He activates the mechanism using his language skills, and holographic images of the engineers begin running down the corridor. Following the holograms, they come close to a dead alien body smashed by a heavy door. Fifield and Milburn, the geologist and biologist respectively, decide to return to the ship because they're scared. Meanwhile, David opens the door and they find the alien head well preserved on the other side of the wall. They find the bodies of the other dead engineers, a monolith, and cave drawings. David steals one of the cylinders with him without anyone's knowledge. The crew leaves as they see the mural start shifting and changing. They put the head inside a bag and run away. Right behind them is a stormy cloud approaching. Meredith gives them only 15 minutes to return to the ship. They manage to get back in time, but they lose the head. When they go back to take it, the storm damages their suits, but David manages to pull them back inside the ship before they get killed. After they got decontaminated, the crew realizes that Fifield and Milburn are lost inside the cave. Janik informs the biologist and the geologist that they can come back for them the next day. They scan the head, which turns out to be a helmet housing the real alien head inside it. They open it and try to reanimate the alien, However, its head explodes before they could talk to it. After DNA testing, they realize that the alien's DNA is close to that of a human. Her predictions were right. These aliens are the engineers of the human race. David goes to report their findings to a cryo chamber carrying a mysterious person. He and Meredith are the only ones who know about this chamber. After that, David opens one of the cylinders with the black liquid, and he decides to make an experiment. He places the liquid on the rim of Charlie's glass without his knowledge. Charlie drinks it and goes to his room. Elizabeth is waiting for him there, and clothes start coming off. The two scientists find the room with the monolith, but an alien creature kills them, and the next morning, the crew decides to go after them. During the mission, David stays behind and gives Meredith a direct transmission of what he is seeing. He finds a room with a lot of metal cylinders and alien armor before entering a corridor with cryogenic chambers. Meanwhile, Charlie gets sick, so Elizabeth wants them to go back so he can be quarantined, but his skin turns black and he is in agonizing pain. Meredith ends his suffering with a flamethrower. After mourning the loss of her partner, Elizabeth is examined to see if Charlie transmitted the virus to her. David tells her that she doesn't have a virus, but a 3-month-old fetus inside of her. But Elizabeth was inside the cryogenic chamber 3 months ago. After fighting the crew to take the fetus out, she goes into Meredith's medical pod to take the fetus. She programs the pod to treat the fetus like a foreign object and takes it out. The chamber takes out the fetus, only to reveal it's an alien. She runs out of the pod after her wound was sealed by the chamber, and the alien was put to sleep by the anesthetics. Outside, a mutated Fifield attacks the team on board the ship. Seeing that bullets cannot harm him, they kill the mutant with a flamethrower. As Elizabeth is running around the ship looking for help, she finds out Peter came with them inside one of the cryogenic chambers. Peter tells her about his plan to go back to the spaceship, meet with the only alive engineer inside the cryogenics pod, and ask for answers from the creator himself. Janek thinks the black liquid is a weapon of mass destruction that leaked and killed the aliens inside. Later, he finds out that the structure is not a building, but a spaceship. Inside the ship, they awaken the last engineer. Elizabeth is distraught by all the death she has seen, so she screams at the engineers, demanding answers on why he created the human race and punished them as such. One of the mercenaries punches her where her wound is, and she falls to the floor. Peter uses David to translate to the alien that he wants the key to immortality because he is a god. Just like the engineers created humans, so did Peter create David. The engineer is angered and attacks the crew. He decapitates David and kills everyone else, and Meredith, who is watching a live feed from inside the ship, orders Janek to start the ship and leave. The engineer starts his ship and leaves for Earth. Not wanting to let him destroy the Earth with the black goo, Janek and his crew smash the ship directly into the engineer's spaceship, and they all come crashing down. Elizabeth is the only survivor. She goes inside Prometheus to find supplies, but the engineer attacks her. Then, she releases the chamber where her alien was kept, and the creature takes the engineer out. Meanwhile, David contacts Elizabeth, telling her to come after him. He can pilot some of the other engineer ships and go back to Earth. Inside the ship, a black, metallic alien emerges from the body of the engineer, revealing that this movie is a tale explaining the beginning of the movie, Alien. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notifications so you never miss any of them.